Account for the two calendars. Good morning. I now fully understand the full moon calendar cycles, and I'm at the point now where you can drop me off in a desert, and I'll be able to determine the beginning of the new year by simply looking at the stars, and it isn't complicated. The first full moon that rose directly after the star of Bib, which means ear of barley, or speak up, determined the new year. Simple. I finally had a revelation on how to combine the Nisan 14 and 15 calendars. I previously mentioned that Mark, Luke, and Matthew wrote that the crucifixion was on the 15th, and John wrote that it was on the 14th. This followed me to speculate that the 24-hour time difference between God's calendar, the Mazzaroth, and the full moon calendar was caused when God froze the whole universe, including our sun and moon, for a day, whilst allowing time to continue here on earth, giving Joshua's army an extra day of sunlight to defeat the enemy. In my previous video, I also expressed the desire that it please not be the case that we have to take this day into consideration, as it really complicates things. And as it turns out, we don't have to. The Mazzaroth was frozen for a day, but Earth experienced 24 hours of time. God led me to develop the two calendars, and yesterday I finally received a revelation on how to combine the two. And the answer is simple yet elegant. The Mazzaroth was frozen, and its dates must therefore stay the same, while the full moon calendar stepped on by 24 hours. So this is what I did, and this is the calendar that you see in front of you, and the results make a lot more sense now. There's no need to do complicated mathematics to account for the two calendars. One just simply combines them, and if it's correct, the results will not only make sense, but it will be simplified. I have to add that I had another one of those high intensity vibration experiences during which it feels like your insides and brain are vibrating at an intense frequency, although nothing is moving on the outside. And by intense, I mean an amplitude of millimeters. Every time after I've had such an experience, I've had a revelation. So I call this experience a downloading process. The timeline is still basically the same as the previous one, but I could simplify it a little bit. I noticed in my previous video I discussed the timelines without mentioning the biggest timeline going straight down the center. Before I begin, I just quickly need to point out something. I made a mistake on the previous timeline where I had this 5 prophetic years coming down on 17 October. This is incorrect. It needs to be on 17 November. It's another reason why I'm making this video. You can see the center part of the timeline here. It runs for 5 prophetic years and then 7 years. And it runs from the 14th of December, which is where the first part of the abomination was given. And it runs 5 prophetic years, or 1,800 days, to the 17th of November, where the UN confirmed the Abraham Accords. And then it runs for 7 years and gets to the end on the Feast of Trumpets, on the Mazzaroth. Combining the two calendars has allowed me to remove this one day that was in here. So basically all the times you see there are times that are now mentioned in the Bible. You have 21 days delay, you have 3 years times, half a time, 1,290 days, you have 5 months, you have the 10 days of revelation, you have the 42 months, and you have the 1 year, 1 month, 1 day. So everything is there. There's nothing duplicated. I like that. I really, really like that. I also like the fact that from the 17th of October, which is the Day of Atonement, it runs 1,290 days to the abomination and runs 3.5 years exactly to the Day of Atonement on the full moon calendar. Like I've said before, I've tried this on 2026. Nothing fits. The thing is with 2025, there's a synchronicity between the two calendars, which is great because it means it's the year. Unfortunately, this means that a lot of days possibly could fit. If I had to, I could even, this Feast of Trumpets could move to Day of Atonement, and it would still make a lot of sense. Although I seriously doubt that it is going to be the case of that. Also to note here, another thing, I think I mentioned this before, but I'm just going to mention again. From the 17th of November, where the UN ratified the peace deal, it's 3.5 years to the center, and then 3.5 years to the end. So that's the 7 years. But this coincides with the 1,260 days from the 4th of December. Also note that the 4th of December is full moon calendar time or Mazzaroth calendar time, which runs from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. So basically it's the 4th to the 5th, 6 o'clock in the morning. On a previous video, I had a timeline running from the 1st of April in the year 32, which is the month Jesus was crucified in, to the 14th of December, because it was 726,000 odd days, you know. And this 726 only fits into this 14 December time frame, because, you know, the next date it's out, it's 727 and etc. So I did it again, but this time I ran it from the 24th of April, which is the 10th of Nisan. Now, you know, the 10th of Nisan is when the Passover lamb was chosen. It is also when Jesus entered Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. So this is a massively long timeline. It runs from the 24th of April right up to the Feast of Tabernacles, and on the 14th of December, which was in the middle of the two solar eclipses that were the 666 time frame apart. And from there it runs two massive timelines, the one running 10 years and 5 months to where a third of the people of the earth are killed, and the other one runs for 12 years, which 5 are prophetic years, to the end of the timeline. So I found this very interesting. Now, previously, if you saw that video, you would know. So the number of days from the 24th is 726,338 days. And that gives you that G726, which we know is Harpazo. So I call it God's calendar 726, or God's calendar Harpazo. And the 338th day of the year is the 4th of December. Now take note that the 4th of December, of course, runs from morning 6 to the next morning 6. So it's up to the 5th of December, 6 in the morning. Because the full moon anyway is, I think, roughly at a 1:15 or so in the morning. So yes, very interesting. This 726,000, like I said, it's only found on this specific date. You can't find it anywhere else. And God doesn't do anything for no reason. So very high watch dates for me would be the 4th of December to the morning 6 o'clock on the 6th of December. The moon is full on the Gregorian date, approximately 1:15, the 5th, which on the full moon or Mazzaroth calendar is still the 4th, because it stays the 4th until 6 in the morning. One interesting thing to note, that on the 5th, if you take that back to Julian, which is a satanic calendar, you know, it was created by Julius Caesar, and he wasn't a Christian. And then you get to the 22nd of September, symbolic date. That is where the whole process, the whole Exodus journey began. Our process began on the 22nd. That's the evening of the Feast of Trumpets. And the whole Exodus journey began there, and this is basically where it ends, on the 22nd again. I found that very interesting. The reason why I mention this, I saw a video from a guy that's got a YouTube channel by the name of Global Rapture Watchers. And it's a very good channel. I like listening to him. And he mentioned that a couple of people had dreams about 22s, you know. And I thought, well, maybe I should mention that, because that 22 could very well represent the 4th of December on the full moon or Mazzaroth calendar. Then also in my previous video, in the comments section that was live during the premiere, there was a troll, and he was carrying on about, yeah, but it was September and it was October and November and now it's December. And I just want to explain to him that this is a scientific process. So when he mentioned September, he was confused. He was obviously referring to the Babylonian calendar, and because the 7th month on the full moon calendar beginning of October, which I can't remember the date. 7th, I might have it there. Well, the 8th of October on the full moon calendar. And the Mazzaroth lags by a month, so that began in November. But what I found out recently through my studies with, you know, the full moon calendar, is that 2025 has got 13 months because the star speaker must rise before the full moon, and that was determined the new year, and it didn't happen. So there is an extra month. So nothing funny about it. It's all scientific. If you understand the calendars, obviously this guy has got no clue about any calendar, but he has a very, very loud opinion. I think that's it from me for this timeline. On a personal note, I can say that my knee is absolutely killing me today. And, it's many years of playing rugby. We here in the Southern Hemisphere, we play a lot of rugby, and we don't always realize it. The injuries pile up. And back when I was young, in my 20s and playing, people told me, when you're a little bit older, it's going to get you. And I always thought, no, not me. Yeah, I'm made from metal. As it turns out, we're all human. We all suffer from our old age. 50s, well, it's not that old, no, but I feel old. Anyway, enough about that. I'm rambling again. I wish you all the best. God bless you, and goodbye.